Hi. Well, if you want to make some mean chicken, first you got to have the sauce, and you got to make that stuff. This is an Eastern North Carolina barbecue sauce recipe. It's vinegar based, and you make it yourself. Keep the sauce in the cabinet for you don't have to refrigerate it. I don't think you'd even want to, but I never have. And you make it yourself. And here's the recipe right here. And hey, to tell you how long I've been making this stuff, I wrote this recipe on the back of a IBM 402 punch card, so I've had it a long time. And you kind of mess with this recipe and you kind of how you want to, but you got to have a gallon of vinegar. It says apple cider here, but it's apple cider's got a much sharper taste. I like it real good, but I've had to avoid the apple cider vinegar because of a tannin reaction to me. So I use distilled vinegar. You can try it either way. The apple is sharper. Distilled is a little more mild flavor-wise. You got a gallon of vinegar, 3/4 of a cup of salt, half a cup of olive oil, 3/4 of a cup of molasses, 5 ounces of Tabasco, 1 cup of Worcester, 3 tablespoons of crushed red, 1 tablespoon of ground red, and 3 tablespoons of black pepper. So it's hot stuff and spices. And this is a gallon that I made a couple, maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's kind of sitting in the jug curing. When you first make this stuff, it's got the crushed red peppers in it when you put them in, and they'll float to the top. And in my opinion, the stuff is not quite ready to use until when you shake it and the red peppers kind of float around in there. That to me tells me that it's pretty ready to use. If you make it and go straight out and use it, what'll happen when you pour it into the pan out there on the grill, all of the red peppers will come out, and you'll have to be putting some more red pepper in it to keep that batch. You want it to sit long enough for the red peppers to really soak into the vinegar. This is probably like one batch left. I'll probably finish this jug off when I make this next batch of chicken coming up. And that's the way that is. And there's your sauce. Put it in. This is again, it's a batch that I made. And you want to leave about that much space in the jug in order for you to be able to shake it. You want to shake the pee out of it before you use it every time. And when you make your very first batch ever, you need something to pour some vinegar off in, because a whole gallon of vinegar, you know what that looks like. You need room to put all this stuff in. But you got 5 ounces of Tabasco and a whole cup of Worcester and half a cup of olive oil. Now, the olive oil is just a preference for me. It kind of keeps the stuff from sticking to the pan out there on the grill. I guess you don't even have to put olive oil in it at all, but I do. It's kind of more of a cleanup issue. So anyhow, let's get cooking. Now, this bird sauce is best used with a side burner. You want to get your sauce in your pot, and you want to have it boiling whenever it's time to start dipping the chicken. Now, I had a Weber grill before this one that had a side burner on it. I had it over 20 years, and the side burner just rotted off of it where the gas header rotted, so I didn't have a side burner. In the meantime, before I got this grill, I was able to, what you can do with this, or even with a charcoal grill, is to get you I use a more shallow pot, shallow stainless steel bowl, as you will, and I would just put it on the grate, and I would get the sauce started on there whenever I turn the grill on to preheat to make sure the sauce got good and hot. But over here on the side burner, this one's nice. It's got a real thick burner on it, and I can turn it on and get it boiling. And then as soon as I dip the chicken, I can turn it off and it'll quit boiling. And then when it's time to dip the chicken again, I'll turn it back on and it'll boil again real quick in a matter of seconds. So that's kind of a luxury to have right here. Now, whenever you cook chicken, you want to cook chicken slow. What I do with this grill, with this procedure, this thing has 3 burners, 1, 2, 3 going this way. I'll preheat the grill, and then I'll turn the center burner off and leave these outside burners on medium. Therefore, I'm cooking indirect. That's just the way I like to cook it. It doesn't flare up as much or any. Now, you could accomplish the same thing with this grill, or maybe your own gas grill too, by having all the burners on low. But in any case, you want to cook chicken slow. If you try to hurry up and cook chicken, you're going to burn it on the outside, and it's going to be raw on the inside, and nothing is nastier in your mouth than raw chicken. pull the skin off of the thighs before you cook them. Now, I've tried the white meat, the breast meat before, and it's almost like you didn't dip it in the sauce at all. It doesn't soak up the sauce like the dark meat does. I have thought about trying legs instead of thighs, but the legs are really hard to pull the skin off of, and for this particular sauce, this procedure, you want the skin to be off of it. Go ahead and try it with the skin on and let me know how that comes out, because I just never have even tried it. Alright, the grill is preheated. I've scraped the grates. I got this side burners are on medium. I'm going to cook indirect right here in the middle. I'm going to put some Pam on these grates, because if you don't put Pam on the grates, that chicken will stick. Trust me. Again, I'm cooking indirect. If you got a whole rack full of, you're going to cook for a whole bunch of people, you're probably going to want to run all the burners on low so you can fill the rack up, but I'm cooking indirect. And you're going to expect it to take about 35 minutes to cook this chicken. That's a benchmark. It won't be sooner than that. And I'm going to turn this chicken every 10 minutes. I'm going to flip it over. I'm sorry, every 5 minutes. Five. Especially that first time. And after 20 minutes, I'm going to get my sauce going in the burner over here. We'll do that in just a minute. About 10 minutes, I'm going to get the sauce lit and get it where it's up to a boil. I'm going to start dipping every time I flip. I'm going to start dipping. I'm going to start that about 20 minutes. All right, 5 minutes. I'm flipping. This is barely getting warmed up yet. I want to make sure it don't get stuck. It'll stick even to the Pam if you leave them on one side long enough. Alright, I'm gonna flip it 5 minutes, and at 10 minutes, and at 15 minutes, and at 20 minutes, whenever it's time to flip, I'm gonna have this sauce boiling over here. And I'm gonna start tossing them in the sauce and back on the grill whenever it's time to flip them. Get ready to use the sauce. Shake the sauce. Shake, shake, shake. You know, mentioned before, this is probably one batch left, and I can't get the lid off. It doesn't matter to me how much is in here. That's at least a batch, but I'm going to show you how much we're going to put in here. That's enough. See, and I still got some left over for next time. You want enough to be able to that chicken to go in there and just kind of go for a swim. That's it. Enough to immerse the chicken. And when you get this stuff boiling, you dip chicken in it. I mean, you can leave it boiling on the side burner all you want to, but it's just going to boil the sauce away. That's why with this grill, I have the luxury of turning it off. And then when I'm ready to dip again, a few seconds before that, I'll turn it back on. It'll get boiling again. So, however you want to do it, but that sauce needs to be boiling hot whenever you put the chicken in it. Alright, 15 minutes. That sauce started boiling all the way through, so I turned it off. I'm flipping again. And I'm flipping again. Now with chicken, you can just about tell with the squeezers if it's getting done or not. When it starts feeling firm, it's getting pretty well done. And you can tell when it's soft when you put it on, and it's firmer when it's done. That's why I say 35 minutes. That's a benchmark. It won't take any less than that, but if you got fat pieces and some skinny pieces, you know, big or smaller, you may have to put them on top rack. The little ones, when they're already done, the big ones are still cooking. Alright, 20 minutes. Sauce is happening. Time to dip. Here's the moment of truth. Put it in there like this and kind of just flop it around in there, show it to it, and then you put it back on the grill. Flip it at the same time, of course, turn it over. Ooh-wee! There it was. You get over the pot, it'll get hard to breathe. It's vinegar after all, and it is boiling. Just put it in there like this and flop it around and put him back on the grill. And likewise. Alright, now these have been dipped one time. That was 20 minutes. I'm going to do it at 25. And at 30, I'm turning that burner off so the sauce doesn't go away. Then flip it, dip it at 20, 25, and 30, and it should be ready at 35. You can dip it that last time if you want to, and that makes all kind of juice run on the table, and it's real good. 25 minutes. $30. One more pass through the pot. You can see a lot of that sauce has gone away. Some of it's soaked into the chicken, but a lot of it boiled off too. And this is it. This is the last pass. That makes 3. And you keep dipping them if you want to, but they get hotter, spicy, hotter and hotter every time you do it. So 3 to me is the charm. But your results may vary, your opinion may vary. So I'm done with this off, and I'm turning that off. We're gonna eat in 5 minutes. Let's eat. There you go, bird sauce chicken. Hope you enjoy.